Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Katie Thurston is still coming to terms with her cancer diagnosis at stage 4. The Bachelorette actress was diagnosed with breast cancer earlier this year after noticing a lump in her breast. She admitted to feeling over-medicated while also exploring antidepressants. Katie Thurston's life was flipped upside down in January. She sought medical help after discovering a lump in her breast. The results were not good news. She was first diagnosed with severe stage 3 breast cancer. The Bachelorette star was ready to begin chemotherapy. However, her cancer experience was about to take a dramatic change. She was moving from California to New York City around the time of the initial diagnosis. The transfer necessitated the search for new doctors, as going back and forth for treatment was not an option. Her new team of doctors performed a PET scan, something the previous hospital did not do. The PET scan showed that the cancer had progressed to the liver. After numerous examinations, they revealed that the cancer was in stage 4. However, the experts did not believe chemotherapy was the best treatment option. Katie Thurston has been on oral meds since March/April. She got an MRI and PET scan earlier this month to assess if the medicine was working. Katie Thurston's struggle with breast cancer has just begun. She has utilized her social media presence to raise awareness about the realities of stage 4 cancer. She has made it obvious to her followers that there is no cure and that she will fight cancer for the rest of her life. She hopes for a long life, but nothing is certain with cancer. She has also found consolation in speaking with other breast cancer survivors. The Bachelorette star started the Booby Broadcast Instagram feed to communicate with cancer survivors and offer updates on her battle. In a recent post, she requested that readers explore suggestions for an abbreviation or tagline for those who are thriving with metastatic breast cancer. She described it as a fundraising endeavor. Bachelorette star feels over-medicated, considers antidepressants. Katie Thurston strongly pushes her followers to be their own health champions. In another Booby Broadcast update, she mentioned that she is considering taking antidepressants while battling cancer. She has been frank about how the diagnosis and treatment side effects have badly impacted her life. She used her customary wit to jest about having to take medication to preserve her life while also injuring herself. She is considering taking antidepressants to help with her mood swings and heat flashes. The hormone-blocking injections she receives to keep the cancer from spreading pushed her into early menopause. Katie Thurston never imagined that a lump she felt on her chest one quiet morning in January would lead to a life-altering diagnosis that would shake the foundation of everything she had built for herself. Known for her boldness, sense of humor, and vulnerability on The Bachelorette, Katie had always championed authenticity. But as she stared at her reflection in the mirror, gently pressing around the area of concern, a new chapter of raw and unimaginable reality was unfolding, one she didn't ask for, one she wasn't prepared for. At first, Katie did what many women might do. She hoped it was nothing. Maybe a cyst. Maybe inflammation from a workout. Still, something deep within her, a voice she could not ignore, urged her to get it checked out. The waiting period between the initial doctor's visit and the results was filled with anxiety, but she clung to optimism. When the call came back, though, everything changed. The doctors initially told her it was stage 3 breast cancer, aggressive and serious, but treatable. It was a heavy blow, but Katie's mind shifted into action mode. She prepared for the journey ahead, chemotherapy, possibly surgery, and a long road of recovery. But life, cruelly and inexplicably, threw another twist her way. Just as she was bracing herself to start treatment, Katie had to complete a planned move from California to New York City. The relocation wasn't something she could postpone. Her lease was ending, her belongings were packed, and she had envisioned a fresh start on the East Coast before cancer turned everything upside down. She had no choice but to restart the medical process with new doctors. She was weary, but hopeful that the change in geography might also bring a renewed sense of clarity. The team she met in New York took one look at her test results and made a quick, crucial decision. They ordered a PET scan, something the original hospital had not done. Katie hadn't realized that not every facility followed the same protocols, but she quickly learned how important second opinions and additional imaging could be. When the results of the PET scan came back, the tone in the exam room changed palpably. The cancer wasn't just in her breast, it had spread to her liver. It was now stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. The words hung in the air like smoke after a fire, undeniable, choking, and impossible to clear away. Katie left the office that day stunned. She'd walked in thinking she was preparing for chemotherapy, and she walked out knowing she was facing a terminal diagnosis. There is no cure for stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. The goal is to manage it, to extend life, and to improve quality of life for as long as possible. The word survivor had a new meaning now, not someone who overcomes the disease and puts it in the past, but someone who wakes up every day and fights to keep living with it. The initial treatment plan was reevaluated. Her new doctors advised against chemotherapy. Instead, they recommended oral medications combined with hormone-blocking injections designed to stop the cancer from spreading further. The injections, however, came with harsh side effects. They effectively induced early menopause, hot flashes, mood swings, and hormonal imbalances that only added to her emotional burden. While the medications were intended to keep her alive, Katie joked online that they also sometimes felt like they were killing her slowly in a different way. In her classic blend of candor and comedy, she shared parts of her journey on Instagram. But this wasn't just content for likes or pity. Katie was building something much deeper, a space where people could see the realities of living with metastatic cancer. She began an Instagram feed called Booby Broadcast, where she chronicled her treatments, doctor visits, daily mood swings, and thoughts about the future. It became a digital diary of truth, tinged with sarcasm, sprinkled with hope, and anchored in solidarity with others going through similar journeys. Followers quickly rallied around her, sending messages of support and sharing their own stories. Katie, once the star of a reality dating show, had stepped into a new role, not as a romantic lead, but as an advocate, a friend, and a voice for an underserved part of the cancer community. In one particularly emotional post, she wrote, "This isn't a battle with an ending. There is no final episode. This is the new reality show I didn't audition for, and I'll be in this cast until the very end." The community she was building online became a lifeline. Other metastatic breast cancer patients found her authenticity refreshing. She didn't sugarcoat the pain. She didn't pretend she was staying strong every moment. She cried, she vented, and she laughed through it all, often in the same breath. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.